Are you ready for some GvG? Yes, baby, we're back. Yes, let's get into it. We are gonna start out hot with a Grotesque Fiend strat, baby. We are going against a Arbiter team, and it's set up pretty well. If I was gonna set something up, it's gonna be set up like this, right? Especially in the front. Now, Valkyria, she's kind of that little, that's that weird spot because Valara, she's a monster, right? And that's who you probably want in this position if you have her. If you don't have her, Valkyria can get the job done, but it's just not enough damage, right? You're not gonna kill the Grotesque Fiend fast enough, and then it just kind of walks by. Bye-bye. So, easy peasy, baby. Valara also can be invisible, right? So that's the step up that Valkyria can just not do, right? So there's that chance that enemies can run through Valkyria and not kill her, but Valara, not. See, there's too many bees, man. Get out of my way. Whatever, we're walking through. But anyways, this is the simple Grotesque Fiend strat that I like to use. It works a lot against most teams that are set up like this, but it's a lot easier to set up initially because Valkyria was here instead of Valara, right? However, I noticed while attacking Arbiter teams, if you have Praetus, if there's a Praetus down, right? The Shielder and the Healer can actually stall each other, kind of right there, like at the beginning, and that leads into more opportunities. Time equals opportunity, right? So the more time you have, the more chances you have to develop a stronger strategy. Going into our second attack, we have a variation of the Grotesque Fiends. We are going to use Maul, right, baby? So, why you ask? Well, let me explain. Because you see all of his units, or all her units, I'm not sexist. But anyways, they're all clumped together, right? So we like to send in the first Shielder. They're going to bait out most of people's alts, most of the units' alts. And then we'll send in Maul once we get to 9 costs. Stall the Shielder. We're going to stall him there, right? And then after that, we're going to send in Abyssal Beholders when we get to 9. And then once we're able to, send in the Grotesque Fiend at 6, right? They're going to come around and basically our job is done. Talon, it's fine. She can do some damage, but not that much damage. Not against Maul and the Grotesque Fiend. Hex, we already had his ult down. By the time his ult came back up, we're already through. Walk it in, Maul. Walk it in. Grotesque Fiend's coming behind. We got dogs. We got everything else. Boom. We're done, son. Get out my way. This is one of the strongest strats that you're going to have in GvG this entire game, right? So I'll show another variation, but we're basically going to do a Grotesque Fiend strat again. But as we do that, what have we learned through Season 7? This strat is nasty. It's nuts. There's different types of variations, but basically kill the tank, right? Each season of GvG, at least the meta, it slightly changes, right? This can mean like the defensive units or the Demon Soldier strategies for attack. This team is set up basically the same way as our first attack, but we have Valara here instead, right? Then we got Ingrid behind for support, obviously. This is a great team, great Arbiter team. Elysius, that new healer, would have made this team pop. But Grotesque Fiends, we got Broke Hero here, right? He's gonna go down eventually. I like using the dogs, like I said in the first one, right? To add that little extra damage. They get up there fast. And you can also use it to kind of heal the Grotesque Fiend because the Shielder does die a lot of times from Ingrid and Valara, right? Boom. Broke here goes down. So does the Grotesque Fiend, but we have another Shielder in place. They will basically kind of provide protection for the Abyssal Beholders, for the Grotesque Fiend. And Valara, if I would have timed it a little bit better, we could have killed her. But it's okay. We had the dogs with the Shielder to get that extra protection to just kind of run through Valara, right? That's how we got past this one. That is a sweaty ass team and it's hard to get by. It's basically a BP check. And like I was saying, the metas of GvG, right, are going to change slightly every season or midway through the season, right? Has new units are getting released, Demon Soldiers, all that good stuff. Like last season, right? Swarms was an issue. You can basically swarm anything last season because there was no OP AoE damage units like there are right now. You gotta think about like Nezra, Valara. I'm sure there's gonna be more to come. Oh, Earl Shen, right? He's up there too. So now if you're facing a defense that has these units, that's crazy AoE damage, even hitting air, it's hard. You only have one strategy against certain teams now, right? And you have to look at the team, decide what kind of strategy you want to use, and that's your process of mastering GvG. How do you attack each defense, right? And that comes with time, practice. The more you look at it, the more you do it. And the more you do it while you're focused, you have to actually be intentionally trying to learn it. If you just do it, use attack plans, and you never do it on your own, and you don't care how you're doing it, you're not going to necessarily improve. That's just how life is, man. But anyways, even going back even further in GvG seasons, I'm sure, like axes, mages, Lego flyers, rocks. Remember when rocks first came out? Yeah. It was the bane in GvG. You have to kind of learn how to get around it, how to set up defenses, right? That's when new metas start to emerge, right? Same thing. You either lean into it or fuck it, whatever. Either we're going to complain or get good, right? You have to adapt and then overcome, and then you fix it, right? You're going to have to always adapt. Anyway, so we're going into my defense. So this is my new team that I'm trying out, right? This dude has a goddamn captain. But whatever. I'm trying out Nezra here. I think either Ymir could go here, right? Because Nezra can't always hit in front of Silas, my main tank. And that's the downfall of this team. If Nezra had one more range, man, and could always just attack, he'd be broken, obviously. But so I tried out this team. It did really well. This guy, he attacked me once, he lost, and then he kind of figured, well, he didn't lose. This is the one that he lost, and then he figured it out, obviously, and then he came through. But Silas, my Cyrus, cannot handle all this damage. This is too much, man. God dang. But he's doing well. Look how long he's lasting, right? So it's a good team, but if Nezra could hit, I could keep the damage. I can keep the uptime on the damage going, and then maybe I could have killed the captain and the other Grotesque Fiend faster before they killed Cyrus. It's a work in progress, right? I wanted to try something further up front because GvG is almost to the end. You might as well switch it up, right? This season, however, season 11, towards the end, when they released the Grotesque Fiends and people popped them motherfuckers to level 5 and started farming real hard, right? I'm not complaining. That's fine. But the issue is that I can see the meta is kill the tank. Not many other ways to get around defensive teams, right? Like flying, swarming. How are you going to do that? That essentially does make GvG a BP measuring contest. That's exactly what it is. If you can't kill the tank, you're likely not going to win. That's the only problem with how the meta is shifting this season in GvG. Other ways you could, other seasons, past seasons, you could swarm, you could fly, you can kind of get tricky and get around some defenses that you just knew you couldn't beat outright, right? So it's getting slowly and surely more pay to win, because how are you going to get these game-breaking meta units? Ancients? Awakenings? All that good stuff. But, alright. Omnikai out, y'all. We done. I was thinking about switching up my GvG defenses, but I might swap out Nezra, swap it out, see what happens.